Governor Udom Emmanuel calls for unity and love as the state begins another phase in democracy. First Ultra Modern Sports Center located at West Itam Secondary School inaugurated. State government expresses satisfaction over the quality of the job done at Tsikarabokudo drainage system. Details shortly. Good morning and thanks for joining us. I guess you had a good night rest. I am Akaniyene Okpo. The state governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, has called on the people to move from the celebration of Democracy Day with greater commitment to unity, love, and brotherhood. Governor Udom Emmanuel made the call in his Democracy Day broadcast. He said that such commitment was necessary to enable the state build its walls, as according to him, every Akwa Ibomite is a stakeholder in the Akwa Ibom project. Reflecting on the past 1 year under his leadership, Mr. Udom Emmanuel said that his administration has served the state well as it sought to provide vision, motivation, direction, and inspiration to bring about a new Akwa Ibom. He enumerated the success recorded by the administration despite national economic challenges, to include wealth creation, economic and social inclusion, poverty alleviation, and infrastructural consolidation.
This is a youth-friendly government, and we know that unemployment is the major scourge of the youths. We are designing plans to provide opportunities for our youths and give them employment. Our belief is that our youth should earn a living through the works of their hands, as opposed to begging for a living. In the same vein, we have set up loan schemes for small-scale businesses, especially for our women. In the build-up to this milestone, we have commissioned numerous roads completed by this administration. So far, we have constructed over 200 kilometers of roads and 15 bridges across the 3 senatorial districts.
The governor restated his resolve to serve the state as a task that no one would distract him, and extended the hand of fellowship to all, irrespective of affiliation or affinity. Governor Udom Emmanuel has said that he is ready to make sacrifices and lead the state to attain greatness and be counted among the committee of states with rapid economic growth. Governor Emmanuel made this declaration at a special Thanksgiving service held at the Apostolic Church, Obiemo Street, Uyo, to mark the nation's 17th democracy and his 1 year in office. The governor remarked that to succeed in the task of building the state, Akwa Ibom people should desist from ethnicity, divisive tendencies, and pull-him-down syndrome. The state's chief executive called on all, irrespective of the religious affiliation, race, or background, to join hands and support the Akwa Ibom project. Governor Emmanuel said that God has used him for the past 1 year to touch lives through the provision of water, electricity, education, infrastructure, human empowerment, and industrialization.
The Akwa Ibom of tomorrow is the Akwa Ibom that we all must come to realize that if I speak one language here, anybody think of Akwa Ibom will understand. And leave those things that divide us. Leave things that will pay attention to all those ethnicities. And then look at the fact that we have to move beyond those biases. We must rise to greatness in this state. We must set the fire in our hearts. We must believe we must have the right passion and the right way to move on. I, as the leader and as the captain, am ready to make sacrifices. I'm ready to lead. I have the capacity, I have the vision, I have the calling, I have the blessing, I have the spirit, I have the right, I have the passion, and by the full spirit of God, we will reach the destination.
The governor directed the secretary to the state government to ensure that the entire interior of the church is well painted to give the hall a facelift before December this year. He also made an undisclosed donation to the church to cater for the welfare of some retired ministers of the fold as his seed. The service brought together leaders of the several church denominations, government officials, including the Deputy Governor, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, State Chief Judge, serving and former state and national assemblymen, commissioners, and notable politicians in the state, among others. The desire to develop all forms of sports in the state manifested Saturday with the inauguration of the first sports center in the state. The ultra-modern sports complex is located at West Itam Secondary School, Itam. Inaugurating the sports complex as part of projects commissioned to mark his first year in office, Governor Udom Emmanuel said the same will be replicated in other locations of the state. Our reporter, Mercy Ekere, who witnessed the inauguration, says that the complex will be sited in the rest of the 9 federal constituencies of the state. Her report. People yesterday turned out in their numbers to celebrate the 17 years of uninterrupted democracy and Governor Udom Emmanuel's first year in office. Our correspondent, Uyuku Swa, who attended the service, reports that the 7,000 capacity auditorium of the Apostolic Church Obimo Assembly venue of the event was filled with worshippers who expressed their gratitude to God for His faithfulness towards the state and the nation. His report.
Morning. Traffic policemen assisted by other security operatives already have their hands full, as roads and streets leading to the venue of the Thanksgiving service was full with who tried to gain entry into the vicinity of the church. The service, which was attended by people from all walks of life, was not without the usual bright colors and designs of political and sociocultural organizations, especially women groups, which sat in clusters. The unity and spirit of the Thanksgiving Day was further seen in the massive turnout of past governors of the state, former and serving members of the national assemblies, the traditional institution, the political class, captains of industries, the youth, women, and friends of Akwa Ibom politics. They sang, danced, prayed, and shouted in appreciation to God for His faithfulness to the state and nation. Several choirs were also on hand to sing at the service. Speaking on the theme of the service, pour your spirit from on high, O Lord, the General Overseer of Rena's Bible Church, Apostle Akan Wicks, said that the Holy Spirit comfort
in Akwa Ibom State shall give way, because when the Spirit is poor, industry shall spring forth. When the Spirit is poor, money shall gain back balance. Dollar shall give way for naira. I'm not speaking only to Akwa Ibom, I'm speaking to the nation of Nigeria.
Prayers were offered for the governor and his executives, Akwa Ibom State, as well as for unity and peace in the country. Uyoko Uswa reporting.
The desire to develop all forms of sports in the state manifested Saturday with the inauguration of the first sports center in the state. The ultra-modern sports complex is located at West Itam Secondary School, Itam. Inaugurating the sports complex as part of projects commissioned to mark this year his first year in office, Governor Udom Emmanuel said the same will be replicated in other locations of the state. Our reporter Mercy Ekere, who witnessed the inauguration, says that the complex will be sited in the rest of the 9 federal constituencies of the state.
Governor Udom Emmanuel said that situating a sports center in each federal constituency of the state sets a benchmark to produce more sportsmen who will be representing Akwa Ibom State at the national level and proceed to become international stars. Mr. Udom Emmanuel challenged students of the Uyo Federal Constituency to make effective use of the facilities in the sports center and promised prompt completion of same projects in the other 9 federal constituencies of the state.
The facilities we have here are all world class. I've set the benchmark for private people, headed by the Honorable Commissioner for Youth and Sports, that in the next winning of the World Cup by Nigeria, 8 years from now, 7 years from now, in that team, when we will be living in the field, our problem should be like how many? 4. Our problem should be how many? Our problem should be how many? Our problem should be all. It's very possible.
The Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Mr. Monday Ebong, in his remarks, thanked Governor Udom Emmanuel for the inclusion of sports in the school system and expressed optimism that with the sports center located in the 10 federal constituencies of the state, the prospect of pushing the state to rank tops at the national level will be attained.
Let me quickly thank you, sir, because you have given me the support to succeed, to do what we are called on to do.
Mr. Ebong also thanked the people of Itam for their support and expressed the hope that the facilities in the sports center will be protected. Goodwill messages were presented by Senator Bassi Albert of the Uyo Senatorial District, Dr. Henry Achibong of the Itu Ibionibom Federal Constituency, and the chairman of Itu Local Government Area Transition Committee, Mr. Etamukunetam, while some members of the State Executive Council expressed their delight in the efforts of the state's governor.
So here we are catching all our children that they can. There's nothing like I cannot. And if you catch a child when he's young, with all the energy, there's nothing they cannot do. And so we thank God for our government, the leader with a vision, and has the people that have trusted his leadership and are following him.
The principal of the West Itam Secondary School, Dr. Patrick Edem, on behalf of the school community, thanked the state government for siting the sports complex in the school and for renovating the classroom blocks and other facilities within the school. Mercy Ekere reporting.
The state government's efforts at saving the Uyo capital city and other parts of the state from flood is gradually being achieved, as projects executed in this direction are progressing at appreciable levels. At the Kwaifa sector of Itami Korabia off Nsika Road Avenue, Uyo, the government's efforts at arresting the perennial flood in the area is yielding results. Inspecting the project handled by Julius Beja PLC, Governor Udom Emmanuel said that he was happy with the speed at which the drainage project was progressing. The governor, who was conducted around the project by the Commissioner for Works, Mr. Ephraim Yang, expressed satisfaction over the quality of job done and reaffirmed the commitment of his administration to ensure that the drainage project was completed on schedule. Mr. Udom Emmanuel commended the Itami Korabia community and its residents for the cooperation shown the contractor.
So today, I just said let me come and inspect the progress of this project in line with our first year in office, also in line with our campaign promises. This would go to show you that we don't just promise and go home. We promise and we fulfill our promises. And we are actually poised to do more. A lot of people are calling, that we should do internal roads around here. We could have done internal roads without taking care of this water. Once we finish here, we'll go back to IBB to make sure that we'll take away that IBB into the Secretariat as well.
The Commissioner for Works, while conducting the governor around the project, said that the job has been executed to specification. He observed that about 70% of the job has been completed and that part of it is buried under what now serves as Star Road leading into the community. The state government says the ban on motorcycles within the Uyo capital city is still in force. This and many more when we return. Please don't go away. So good to have you back. The wife of the governor, Mrs. Martha Udom Emmanuel, has again spoken on the need for everyone to support the education and well-being of the girl child. She was speaking when the Family Economic and Youth Reorientation Program FEREP Ambassador International visited some schools, orphanages and health facilities in Uyo, Oron, Okobo and Ikono local government areas. The story is here presented.
By the FEREP Ambassadors International were the Girls Liberty Home in Oron, Primary Health Center, Okobo, Urban Secondary Commercial School, Ikono, and the St. Luke's Hospital, Anua, in Uyo. The president of the organization, Helen Nsikak Ekong, while speaking on behalf of the governor's wife, said that FEREP has a passion for the girl child. She called on all to stand up against teenage pregnancy and support the efforts to ensure the healthy living of women and the aged. She told the people that the Family Economic and Youth Reorientation Program aims at enhancing the lives of the families while also working to empower the youth through various educational and skills acquisition programs.
So I want to present this to you on behalf of Her Excellency, I will tell her that we were here. I will give her an opportunity to say something to her because she's going to see whatever you want to tell her. I thought that was here. Any message you have to please accept this from us and Her Excellency to bless her.
At each of the places visited, their host expressed gratitude to Mrs. Martha Udom Emmanuel for her kindness and display of love for the less privileged. They asked God to bless her richly, adding, however, that it was the first time such favor would come to them.
We are very wonderful gathering, and we are very happy to celebrate.
I'm so grateful to our lady, First Lady, Nicholas from Matthew, Udom Emmanuel, that God will bless you.
Her Excellency for her generosity and need of human kindness.
The outreaches, which were in the spirit of the Children's Day and the Democracy Day celebrations, saw the FEREP Ambassadors International distributing free school bags, exercise books, medical items, food items, and devotional materials to the children. It also featured talks against teenage pregnancy, the recitation of the Dakada Creed, and music performance by the Unique Brothers.
The immediate past Deputy Governor of the state, Lady Valerie Ebe, has enjoined the women to live exemplary lives and exhibit godly character in all their dealings. Lady Ebe was speaking at a service organized to thank God by the members of the Akwa Ibom Women League, Akiwo, held at the Women Development Center, Uyo. The story is here presented.
The event, which drew women from the 3 senatorial districts of the state, featured praise for women and the people of Akwa Ibom State. Lady Ebe reminded them of the core goals of the organization, which are giving hope to the hopeless and love to the rejected. She encouraged them to continue to pray for peaceful coexistence in the state. Lady Ebe thanked the women for coming out in large numbers to pray for the well-being of the state, and emphasized the need for them to continue to pray for the present state administration.
With this, I know Akiwo is going to have a kind of event. The youth and the ladies are together, and things will go well. Everyone loves this government, and the wife of the governor That is why they come out. You don't come out for the money. You don't come out for the benefit. You come out for the joy of belonging.
The national coordinator, Akiwal Evangelist Margaret Edem, who is also the editor of Pioneer newspaper, who took the Bible reading for the Thanksgiving, said that prayers offered by women avails much. Also speaking, the state coordinator, Akiwal Deacon Ezekiel Umo, said that it is a routine for the group to pray and commit the states to God. In her exhortation, Evangelist Comfort Obey spoke on the benefit of thanksgiving, noting that gratitude is returning thanks to God for His faithfulness. Evangelist Obey urged the women to remain steadfast in their prayers for the state and show gratitude to God for His benevolence upon the state.
There can be no thanksgiving. There can be no show of gratitude. Even now, when we in a reform, they don't have to use that. They don't have to use that. And they dedicate that the chapter to Deborah. She has reason why she should tell God thank you and sing praises to God.
Highlights of the event was the inauguration of Akiwal Youth Wing. It has as members Udwagabong Iyumo, President, PZM Jack, Vice President, Ndifre Kedede Rukun, Secretary, Udwag Johnson for Treasurer, Uma Emmanuel Justice, PRO, Idong Emmanuel Basti, Welfare Officer 1, and Bodiden Felix Zetum, Welfare Officer 2.
The state government has reminded the public and motorcyclists in particular that the ban on the use of motorcycles within the Uyo capital city is still in force. A government statement signed by the Commissioner for Transport, Dr. Godwin, would indicate that the use of motorcycles have been restricted to Ikorambangi Biono along Ikodekbene Road, Idoro Road up to the flyover, Ring Road 3 from Idoro Road to Okanodo Road. Other roads covered by the ban are Mbiabonge Fahatai Airport Road, Udodoma Avenue, Goodluck Jonathan Boulevard, Federal Secretariat Junction, Wangeba Road to Low Meridian Ibum Hotels and Golf Resort, and Wangeba Udoipumpo Street Junction. Also affected are Lushegun Obasanjo Way up to Ikorok Wikona Junction, Akai Tenan Road to Mbiokoronset Junction, Ipa Road to Nduetongoku, Kalawaitu Road to Odioritam, and the adjoining streets. According to the statement, the ban on the use of motorcycles does not exclude security agencies, pointing out that a monitoring team has been raised to accost defaulters and hand them over to the police for prosecution. Children of government primary school Usendin in Ibionibum local government area have been presented with exercise books and other writing materials as part of efforts to relieve parents of the current economic melee. The presenter of the materials, Comrade Inyemebong, said that he finds joy in celebrating with the children, which he noted are the gifts of God and future leaders of the society. Comrade Inyemebong, who also celebrated the teachers of the school for their efforts to inculcate sound moral principles in the children, promised to open and equip a computer unit in the school. He said the gesture was his way of contributing to the success of the administration's free and compulsory education and used the occasion to redeem his pledges to pupils and the school, as those who made first, second, and third positions in the last terminal examinations were presented with new school bags and sandals, while the teachers smiled home with wrappers.
But we have come to celebrate you because you're worthy of celebration. And there is no child that any human being can create. All children are gifts from God. And therefore, whether they are children of the rich or of the poor, therefore we came to celebrate you, future rich people. We came to celebrate you, future governors of Akwa Ibom. We came to celebrate you, future ministers. We came to celebrate you because your history cannot determine your future.
The headmistress of the school, Obong Wanofonbogi Menyang, said that she was overwhelmed by the gesture of Comrade Inyemebong, who took time to celebrate with the pupils and teachers.
Now that he is here on official capacity, I am rest assured that very soon teachers of this school shall celebrate their new quarters,
The school shall enjoy the library services whose project has been abandoned for years. Children, especially those at the early child care development education, shall celebrate their new tables.
Spoke at the occasion where the Education Secretary in Ibianibo, Mr. Sandu Uduele, Harris Nekbo, Obong Frank Udeme, and the Youth President of Usendin, Mr. Ezekiel Osonoroa, who extolled Comrade Niebong for his passion for education. High points of the occasion was the cutting of the cake to celebrate the day and prayers for the governor and the government. The saying that all work without play makes Jack a dull boy played out Saturday at the commissioning of the first ultra-modern sports complex located at West Itam Secondary School on Ikwadekmenu Road, Uyo. Governor Udom Emmanuel, who had been busy over the week with the commissioning of one project here and inspecting the other there, became the first person, an indigene, to use the facility shortly after inaugurating it. Mercy Ekere says it was a sight to behold as Governor Udom Gabriel Emmanuel, who is determined to become a Akwa Ibom Sprinter of the Year, left his competitors gasping during a 100-meter race at the sports complex. The report.
Shortly after his powerful speech on government's readiness to facilitate the development of sports in the state, Governor Udom Emmanuel, who came prepared for the mock race, challenged his senators' competitors to an action even without track officials. Dressed in green tracksuits with a face cap, the governor took track number 5, while Senator Albert, Senator Netil Kun, Senator Effiong Bob, Senator Emmanuel Iborisien and Senator Gabriel Suswam, former governor of Benue State, took their positions, while the governor's wife, Martha, backed off from the race. Also in the race were Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Monde Bonko, the Secretary to the State Government, Commissioners and top politicians, including the member representing the state constituency, Mr. Idon Esritwin. The governor also played the basketball and opened the tennis courts. There was under-13 amateur football match between West Itam Secondary School and Efficient Secondary School, Uyo. The exhibition match, which lasted for 5 minutes each half, ended in penalty kicks, with the host school adorned in red jersey winning by 3 goals to 2. 17 schools from across the 10 federal constituencies participated in exhibition track and field events. The West Itam Ultra-Modern Sports Center has several facilities, including a state-of-the-art football pitch, tartan track, modern handball court, standard basketball courts, volleyball court, tennis court, a long jump pitch, 1,000 seating capacity grandstand with an administrative block complete with dressing rooms, medical center and conference room. Mercy Ekere reporting.
You can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging onto akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45. We are on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. And now during the news, another look at the major stories. The state governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, has called on the people to move from the celebration of Democracy Day with greater commitment to unity, love, and brotherhood. Governor Udom Emmanuel made the call in his Democracy Day broadcast. Governor Udom Emmanuel has said that he is ready to make sacrifices and lead the state to attain greatness and be counted among the Committee of States with rapid economic growth. That's the package this Monday morning. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, every day is an opportunity. Seize it. May you have a good day. Good morning.